So, I had asked Unimpressed Viking to make a video response to some questions I asked, and one of those questions was, what is a song that brings back a very specific memory for you? And he complied by singing the chorus to Foo Fighters' Everlong. Very good, darling, very good. And I figured if I was going to ask somebody to do that, I better make with the goods and do it myself. So, the memory in question concerns my dad. A lot of my childhood is really missing, but I think because my dad died when I was 11, every shred of cerebral ephemera that I could cling to with a white-knuckle grip, I have, because that's all I have of him. You know, pictures, memories, and a little sound clip. And he was an asshole for a really long time, apparently, really before I was born, and then, you know, shortly after I started talking, I guess, he did this, 180 and became a different man, and moved down south and started going to university to become a sailor, which is awesome. He was studying maritime history, which basically entails, getting special permission from the powers that be. I don't know who that would be, but, you know, I don't understand the bureaucracy of British colleges and such, but these books were so old he had to wear gloves and to handle them, and all the S's were F's. That's fucking rad. That's how old they were. And they were the diaries of old sea captains and stuff like that, and we'd take tours around frigates and galleons and stuff like that, the big old historic ships, and we were on Sir Nelson's boat, Captain Nelson's boat, and we used to walk around the Hoe and look out across the English Channel next to the big statue of Sir Francis Drake, which is looking ever so arrogantly off of the southern tip of England right at Spain, as if to say, but that's beside the point. And I wouldn't know that little tidbit of information or understand. You know, it was funny learning about the Spanish Armada from an American perspective, because for all intents and purposes, the Americans at the time were way more invested in Spain than they obviously were from Britain, because, you know, there was that whole revolution thing, whatever. And, so it was funny because the English celebrate Sir Francis Drake as a hero and a military genius, while the Spaniards look at Sir Francis Drake, and the Americans as well, speak about Sir Francis Drake as if he was a pirate. And I have that same relationship with the memory of my dad, because I knew him as this amazing, too smart. He was really a brilliant man, and I think tortured by his brilliance for a very long time, because he didn't start college until he was well into his late 30s. And, you know, a lot of people knew my dad as a complete and utter fucking prick. An abusive prick, a drunk, an asshole, and it was 180, so same deal. My dad is my Sir Francis Drake. So, the song in question is The Fog by Kate Bush, and the reason why this song reminds me so much of my dad is because the whole time there's the sound of seagulls, and it's almost about, I guess, Kate Bush's dad coaching her and to not be afraid of the water and learning to swim, and how much her dad loved her. And my dad was like that with me, with the ocean. He took me out on boats and tried to get me to not be so afraid of water, you know. So anyway, I've talked long enough about it that my shit went to a screensaver and I had to log back in. So, I'm gonna quit bullshit now. So here's the song. I was gonna do it with the song in the background, but it's long and drawn out, so. Just like a photograph, I pick you up. Just like a station on the radio, I pick you up. Just like a face in the crowd, I pick you up. Just like a feeling that you're sending out, I pick it up. But I can't let you go. If I let you go, you slip into the fog. This love was big enough for both of us. This love of yours was big enough to be frightened of. It's deep and dark like the water was the day I learned to swim. He said, just put your feet down, child. The water's only waist high. I'll let go of you gently. Then you can swim to me. I just really fucked that up. There's a lot of melody fuck-ups I did and a lot of phrasing fuck-ups I did. So if you can, YouTube that song, because it's absolutely crushingly beautiful. And I didn't do it justice at all. So.